Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video, but this is a little bit different. It's my first video on a new channel called the Source of Game Podcast on Topic, and we talk about topics outside of sports and stuff, such as this topic we're going to be talking about today, vaping. Now, I don't have any personal experience at all about vaping. I've seen a lot of people do it in my high school, and probably a lot of people around the U.S. and probably a lot of people around the world. I found a lot of interesting things, and I'm gonna share to you guys all the stuff I have found. And also, let's start at the beginning of actually what vaping actually means. To start us off, we're gonna talk about the basics of vaping. So, what is vaping exactly? From when I searched it on Google, they actually had a definition of vaping. It is the action or practice of inhaling and exhaling vapor containing nicotine and flavoring produced by a device designed for this purpose. Now, when you're wondering what type of device design and what was the purpose to vape, right? So what's the design? It's right here. That's what it looks like. So, yeah. I mean, it has different flavors. I feel like that's why people vape. Those different flavors. And I don't know why, but I wanted to search this up also. Why is vaping better for you than smoking? Well, there were a lot of things. Better flavor, better taste of the flavonoids, and delivers a richer and pure vapor, a pure taste of smoke. But there's negative sides to it. How is vaping dangerous? There is different types of stuff. Chemical composition of liquid products, problems with manufacturing of e-cigarettes, and toxicity of nicotine and THC. Now, if you don't know what THC means, I searched it up. I'll try my best to say this. It's a very long word. I'll try my best to say this word. Tetrahydrocannabinol. I think that's what it means. Or you want the symbol of it. It's carbon 21 carbon, 30 hydrogen, and 2 oxygen. That's the symbol for it. Now let's go a little bit of a timeline here. Vaping was introduced in Europe, actually. I was surprised by that. I think it was in the US, but actually in Europe in April of 2006. And in the US in late 2006 and 2007. So it was very long. I'm thinking it was close to late 2010s. That was my prediction. Now we in the year close to the year when I was born. The earliest model was what we refer to as the cigarette. That's so dumb. The devices closely resemble a tobacco cigarette, but it is an electronic device that heats e-liquid and creates vapor. And if you want to read more about this, you can read the entire timeline of the electronic cigarette on CASAA's website. Now, vaping has been popular for about 12 to 15 years. Jesus Christ. 12 to 15 years. It went very commercial in the US in about 2003 through smoke shops. Smoke shops where you get, cigarettes, tobacco, marijuana stuff, yeah. It began gaining ground as the taxation and cost of smokes jumped. In many metro areas, those buying a pack at a time are getting charged $6 to $20 for just one pack. Now, let's keep going. But those were just the regular facts. The timeline facts, the basic facts. Let's go to facts we should know about. And I have, let's see how many we have here. Oh man, there's a lot. It looks like we have 15, I think maybe more. Nope, it's 15. Just give me a second, dude. Oh god. Alright, so we got 15 facts we should know about vaping and stuff. Number 1, it contains arsenal, which is a herbicide used to kill weeds. So I feel like if it's weeds, doesn't that mean marijuana or tobacco? Doesn't that mean you're just smoking tobacco and marijuana? Because it literally says weeds. I feel like weeds it has to come, and the weeds it has to be a part of tobacco or marijuana. So number 2, scientists know that vaping could aggravate the symptoms of COVID-19, which, I mean, COVID-19 has not been a big thing. I feel like it's still a big thing. Used to be a big thing back in 2020 and 2021, but now it feels like we're living our regular lives now. It feels like we're back to our regular lives. Because vaping causes respiratory and lung problems, and experts say vaping could make symptoms of COVID worse. Now, number 3. These vapes are also called e-hookahs, vape pens, and ENDS, which is electronic nicotine delivery systems. Now, number 4. Heat liquid to create an aerosol that users inhale. And once again, aerosol is herbicide used to kill weeds. Number 5, produce several dangerous chemicals that can cause lung disease and cardiovascular disease. And these chemicals include aerosol, heavy metals. Heavy metals include nickel, tin, and lead. Number 6, using vape increases the likelihood of catching cold and flu viruses. So yeah, you don't want to vape this up unless you want to get a cold or flu. Number 7, if a young adult or youth uses this, it increases the likelihood that they will start using traditional cigarettes. Number 8, approximately 2/3, if you don't know math, is 66% of teens who vape use fruit flavored e-juice, and the popular flavors are mint and methanol. Number 9, an estimate 20%, 5 million of youths in the U.S. use e-cigarettes. This is an increase of 13.5 in only 2 years. So, yeah. Number 10. This surprised me. China has the highest number of users. Once again, I think it was the U.S. It is followed by the U.S. and Europe. Number 11. More high school students using more than regular cigarettes. And the use of these is higher among high school students than among adults, which I can tell. Number 12. Vaping weakens the user's immune system. If you don't know what the immune system is, it defends your body from diseases or flus. So if you start vaping, you might get diseases or flus, and your immune system, you can't defend them. Number 13. As of January 2020, there have been 59 vaping-related deaths in 28 states. Now, this was back in 2020. So from January 2020 to March of 2020, close to 19 deaths per month during that time due to vaping. And 14, the youngest person to die from vaping was a 15-year-old in Texas. So it's always Texas and Ohio, bro. And finally, number 15, people with vaping-related injuries usually appear in the ER with shortness of breath and after several days of feeling like they have the flu or pneumonia. There you go. So, let's go down here. So the reason I'm just saying all these facts is that vaping is like a cigarette, but electronic and vaping is bad for your health. And the only time I would not be mad about this if a doctor told you had to smoke, I won't be fine with that. But I feel like we should know better right now, especially some of these high schoolers. Some of the high schoolers in my school, some of the high schoolers probably in my brother's school, some of the high school, some people in probably my dad's high schools. Some people in maybe my mom's high school. Can't tell you details about which high school. But we should know better now, especially high schools, right? Well, so let's go back to 2020. In 2020, 19.6% of high school students, which is 3.02 million, and how about this? 4.7% of middle schoolers, which is 5,500,000, reported using e-cigarettes, which is vape. Somehow, I felt like I would notice by now that at least some middle schoolers were to vape. Among users, 38.9% of high school students and 20% of middle school students reported using e-cigarettes on 20 or more of the past month. 22.5% of high school users and 9.4% of middle school users reported daily use. Among all current e-cigarette users, 82.9% use flavored e-cigarettes, including 84.7% of high school users, 2.53 million, and 73.9% of middle school users, 400,000. Now, oh man. Alright. Shit. You know what? That was absolutely awful. That's gonna be a blooper at the end, bro. I swear. Dude, it's not working. Oh my god. Okay, good. Okay, we're good. Thank God. Now, keep in mind, all these statistics were back in 2020. We need to figure out, how's it been almost 3 years? Let's go back. Since 2019, high school vaping has fallen by almost half, from 27.5 to 14.1% in 2022. And middle school vaping has also dropped by more than 2/3, which is good. 10.5 to 3.3%. The overall decline in the past 30-day vaping among 6th to 12th grade students since 2019 is 53%, 20 to 9.4%. Daily use remains very low. So, right now, high schoolers, they're doing good. You know, they quit, probably some of them quit vaping, or some of them that come to high school and, you know what, people who are in middle school, like 8th graders that come into high school, they don't vape at all. They just learn, make sure they get their GPA straight. But more than 2.5 million youth reported e-cigarette use in 2022. So if you were to tell me when vaping became popular, I would say 2020, during that COVID time. But why? How was vaping that popular during quarantine? And we just talked about how vaping could give you COVID-19. So why was it popular during that time? Well, here's how it happened. The number of years globally increased quickly from an estimated 7 million to 2011 to 41 million in 2018. According to market research group Euromonitor, it's estimated that the number of adults who vape will reach nearly 55 million by 2021, which we have already passed. Meanwhile, the US is the biggest market, followed by the UK and France. Vapers in the three countries spent more than 10 billion on smokeless tobacco and vaping products in 2018. So, in January 2020, the US announced a countrywide ban on some e-cigarette flavors, specifically mint and fruit flavors offered in cartridge-based e-cigarettes. Meanwhile, the US would continue to allow methanol and tobacco flavors, as well as fruit flavors delivered in other ways. So it looked like vaping became popular back in 2020. But guys, that's all the stuff I can rack in my brain right now in one sitting. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video on the new channel. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, till next time.